On everyone, Michigan has some major updates to hunting regulations for 2024-2025. And whether you're chasing whitetails, turkeys, or waterfowl, you need to know what's changed. Let's break it all down. First, the big news on deer hunting. In the Upper Peninsula, a 3-point antler point restriction was implemented on the single deer license in Deer Management Unit 122, which covers the Iron Mountain area. And in the Western Central UP, specifically DMU 352, if you're using a universal antlerless deer license, you now also need an antlerless deer hunting access permit. DMU 351 in the Eastern Central UP is completely closed to antlerless hunting with a universal antlerless license. Now for the Lower Peninsula hunters. You can now use all legal firearms during muzzleloading season in Zone 2, which includes counties like Bay, Isabella, Mecosta, Midland, Muskegon, Newaygo, and Oceana. Previously, you were restricted to muzzleloaders only. If you're in the limited firearms deer zone, you still need to follow equipment requirements. The early and late antlerless firearm seasons have been expanded to include public land, not just private land. The early season runs in late September, and the late season runs mid-December through early January. Plus, there's a new extended late antlerless firearm season running January 2nd through the 12th in over 30 counties across the Lower Peninsula, including Allegan, Barry, Genesee, Kent, Oakland, Washtenaw, and Wayne. The antlerless license for this extended season is only $5. Archery season is extended through January 31st for 10 select counties: Huron, Kent, Lapeer, Macomb, Oakland, Sanilac, St. Clair, Tuscola, Washtenaw, and Wayne. DMU 174 is excluded from this extension. Now for the baiting situation. The ban remains in effect across the entire Lower Peninsula due to chronic wasting disease and bovine tuberculosis concerns. Violating it is a misdemeanor with fines from $50 to $500. In the Upper Peninsula, baiting is allowed from September 15th to January 1st, with a 2-gallon limit scattered over at least a 10 by 10 foot area. Legislation was introduced in 2025 that would allow hunters to purchase a $20 baiting permit in banned areas, but that hasn't passed yet. The Natural Resources Commission is also required to re-examine the baiting ban as part of the proposed license fee legislation. Speaking of license fees, the Michigan Senate passed Senate Bills 277 and 278 in October 2025, which would raise hunting and fishing license fees for the first time in over 10 years. The changes would generate about $29 million in additional annual revenue for the DNR's Game and Fish Protection Fund. Under the proposal, a new complete license for both hunting and fishing would cost residents $150 and non-residents $450. The resident combo hunting-fishing license would go from $75 to $100. There's also a new Bobcat kill tag for fur harvesters. Discounts for seniors and youth would remain, and antlerless deer licenses would drop to just $5 to help manage the growing deer population. The bills are now in the House and still pending. For waterfowl hunters, the early teal season runs September 1st through 9th, 2025 for blue-winged and green-winged teal only. There's also a Veterans and Active Duty Military Waterfowl Hunting Days weekend in late September, running alongside Youth Waterfowl Weekend. Other key reminders: deer harvest must still be reported within 72 hours. Semi-automatic rifles and shotguns are limited to 6-round magazines. CWD testing continues in affected counties, and there are strict rules on transporting deer parts from CWD management zones. Bottom line, Michigan's regulations are evolving to manage disease, boost hunter participation, and address the growing deer population. Stay updated through the DNR website or the Michigan DNR Hunt Fish app. That's it for this one. If this helped, drop a like and subscribe. Good luck out there this season.